Hey, everybody, it's the Coach, and this is Monday Night Football on E!
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Tonight, we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a play fake here on first down. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Smith again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for 5. It's third down. A look at the starters down the defensive side of the ball for the Giants. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Smith now to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
First carry for Darius Geis, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, let's roll.
Nice with the carry on second down. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Smith. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Gets around him, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, you might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense. Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the gun, here's Smith. Dumps it off for Geis. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunist, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Giants add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now it's Smith. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Smith. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 2nd down to Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's third down.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He only has a single solo carry, numero uno. Second quarter, they need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only one carry kind of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tano Passanio in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find a completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll hand it now to Geis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
On 3rd down, Smith to the right side. It's Kelsey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Now, the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents, and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
So out now come the Redskins. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing is Smith. They'll check it down to Geis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first down, it's Smith. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 42 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. Off to Geis on the screen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing again is Smith. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To the air again, Smith. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And for the second time tonight, field goal unit comes out here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Detroit! Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Over!
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for... a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he'll be brought down here at the 28. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The final shot here before break. Smith. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, it's Harris. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. But let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. A good pickup there at 22. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back to throw now on first down. And this one's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Over!
On second down, here's Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. In for the score. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley from 19 yards away. And the Giants add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the story. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. The catch made by Miller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do this.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. There he goes left side. 30. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And up past the 35, a very good return, but a penalty down. That may negate all the good work.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he gets it to Funchess complete.
Detroit.
18 yards there and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll set up a throw. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception in this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Back to throw here. Over the middle to Beckham. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Gun!
Tighten up.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Leopard! Gun!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's at least...
She's on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Wide open receiver complete. 20, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Escaping the pressure right. Now he steps away. He'll let it go. Oh, wide open, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.